2 million Brits will get a tattoo this year. Every self-respecting A-lister is inked all over. Where once a tiny tat was all it took, now it's a case of the bigger the better. And with us Brits spending £80 million a year on getting ourselves inked, it's boom time in Tatland. But tats aren't just for crystal-chugging celebs and tequila-toting teens.
I am ready. Come on, I've waited long enough now. Let's get it over with.
Meet the pensioners that prove that no matter what your age...
I feel like a woman of 52. I don't feel 72. And sometimes I don't act it.
And if you can take the pain...
The pain was so intense, so he took out the chillum, packed it with some ganja. Oomph. I was gone.
Once you start with a tattoo gun...
You've lost your toe virginity as well, though.
Oh, dear God. What a way of putting it.
It's unlikely you'll stop at one.
I do have an end goal, and that is that all of my body will be covered in tattoos.
So no matter 18 or 80, the quest for ink can be just as extreme.
I don't care about other people's reaction.
The North West, home to our first pensioner with a passion for permanent body art.
The rebel in me has never left me since I was old enough to remember.
Dot is a 72-year-old gran who spent over 150 hours and thousands of pounds going under the needle.
Right, sit yourself down on there. So I'll just pass me your wrist. Let's have a look.
Her unashamed obsession started in later life. She'd been drawing her pension for years before tattooists started drawing on her.
Oh, this is the second time I've been shaved by a man.
Second?
She might have been a late bloomer, but Dot now proudly boasts a tattoo for every year she's been alive. And today she's about to get her 73rd. This football-loving rebel OAP is a 5-foot piece of body art. From a pack of wildcats to a genitally enhanced Michelangelo's David. Each of her highly individual works of art has a story attached, and she's not afraid to share them.
Do you want me to take them a little bit lower as well, so you'll have more blue?
My first tattoo was a dolphin when I was 65. And the tattoos have grown and I've got more and more. I love it. I don't care what people say. I'm only sorry I didn't get them done years before.
Ever since Dot boarded the tattoo train, it's been full steam ahead. Getting a new design every other week, she's gone from tattoo virgin to veteran in a matter of months. Dot finds her inspiration in the things she holds dear in life, even if it's the biscuit aisle in the supermarket.
What does it say across your boot?
It says a tart with a heart.
But it's in a jammy dodger.
It's in a, yes.
Isn't it?
I bought a packet with me. He took the pattern off one of them and we ate the rest.
And when she went in to get the tattoo done, she just took her bra off and sat in the chair.
You mean you just lobbed your tit out?
And
That
just,
right?
yeah. The poor,
I can imagine, yes.
poor fella didn't know where to put his face.
This Liverpudlian Livewire's life has provided the inspiration for all of her tattoos.
95% of them mean something to me, but the other 5% are just ones that I love and I want to keep on me. I've always loved angels, and I thought, right, I'd love an angel on my back. She was one of the first that I got. It took 5.5 hours. The first 3, I fell asleep, and he thought I was dead.
Where some people keep memories in a photo album, Dot uses her body.
The Bridge Community Centre is for anybody. We have disabled people, we have people with mental health. I work there 5 days a week, and I wash the dishes, I make tea, I make coffee. Is that yours, dear? I love working here because I meet all sorts of people from all walks of life.
Now Dot wants to show how important it is to her by getting the centre logo permanently inked on her, which is no surprise to her friends.
Well, it's like every week that goes by, it's a tattoo idea comes up, but it's every tattoo as far as I can see has got a meaning to it.
As long as I've got breath in my body and enough space, I will get them.
In Bristol, 71-year-old Stephen has spent nearly £10,000 and 300 hours under the needle to make his tattoo dream come true.
Hi, Ben. How you doing? One of the big advantages of getting heavily tattooed when you're old is your body is actually deteriorating. Your physical appearance is deteriorating. But you can decorate your body with new things, change your body in a positive way.
Mild-mannered retired accountant by day, Stephen is a tattoo tapestry by night.
People seem astonished that a man of my background, age, would be covered in tattoos.
After spending years behind a desk with starched shirts and sensible shoes, it's surprising what lurks beneath.
Then I would do something like lift my shirt up, you see, and the jaws would drop.
His latest addition to his burgeoning body art is a jellyfish on his deep-sea themed right arm.
And what colour will this... Well, you've got different kind of coral there.
I think we'll probably do a very nice, bright baby pink on that one.
Yeah. I do have an end goal, and that is that all of my body will be covered in tattoos. So on my right arm, it's then all built around with a kind of watery scene around the kind of snake woman that I've got on there. On this arm, they were just more decorative, taking it down to the elbow. On my back, I got a big piece of work done. The centerpiece is of Eve, as of Adam and Eve, underneath this big tree, obviously with the apples in it, and with the serpent. Mostly based on Art Nouveau, and frankly, there was an awful lot of women, very often naked women, who were on my arms, but all classic, of course, which makes it legit, the fact that it's based upon the works of famous artists. So definitely not porn.
But even though 71-year-old Stephen is keeping it highbrow, he does have one thing in common with a tattooed teen: the fear of telling your parents.
I guess I was worried too much about what other people would think. It's perhaps a little bit sad that my parents, who both lived to a very good age, died about 8 or 9 years ago. And they never knew I had any tattoos. I was terrified that they would, because I think they would have been really upset, very upset. I think the thing about tattoos, certainly for me, and I honestly think for many people, is they really are something for yourself. But although I would regard myself as quite extrovert, I don't do the tattoos as a part of that. I do them for me. I do have an end goal, and that is that all of my body will be covered in tattoos.
Stephen's body is far from a blank canvas, and now he's taking his quest to fill in the gaps to the next level.
Alison, how are you? It's lovely to see you.
And what better way to tantalise his tattoo taste buds than a visit to the Royal Academy of Art, Bristol?
I'm regarding my body as a canvas. It is a canvas on which to put art. And there's no question that, in part, what I'm doing is an expression of my interest in art.
Are there specific things that make you think, oh, God, that would be great? Is it the colour? Is it the line? Is it the subject matter? Are there subjects that you particularly like?
I do like colourful tattoos on me.
Yeah.
And then the clarity of outline.
Yeah.
Which makes it very easy. And you've also got to think about the fact it's going to be on a curve, in all probability, around the body rather than flat, as you would find on a normal canvas.
I did know Stephen for quite some time before I found out about his tattoos. A lot of people have tattoos that they like to show off, and they're constantly on display. Stephen's the complete opposite. You meet him and you would never guess what's lurking behind this very sort of English gentleman exterior. So it's great.
I've never felt anything other than this enormous amount of skin to cover. It is such a slow and slightly painful process getting it done. You don't have the feeling that you're about to run out of space. I mean, the fact is that once you get into your 70s, you're thinking, well, how long will I have the energy and the resolve to continue to do something like this?
Stephen's fantasy of filling his body with tattoos may be unusual, but tattoo artist Ben is seeing a rise in OAPs getting inked.
There is no generic type of person who gets a tattoo. I think it's definitely a more recent thing that more elderly people are getting more covered.
If it's something you have an inclination to do, however old you are, 70, 80, 90, just do it.
For Stephen, his lifelong quest to decorate his epidermis is nearly at an end. Spare skin is now in short supply, and with his right forearm close to completion, it won't be long until this tattoo veteran's dream of a full-body masterpiece becomes reality. Coming up, a 69-year-old tattoo virgin faces the needle.
Come on, I've waited long enough now. Let's get it over with.
And Granny Dot gets intimate with one of her inking inspirations.
I'm painting his bum.
Tattoos, once the preserve of prison-dwelling criminals, is now a passion for Brits from all walks of life, all shapes and sizes, and it seems ages. More and more OAPs are heading to the UK's 1,500 licensed tattoo parlours and splashing their pensions on priceless works of ink art. Deep in the valleys is the small Welsh town of Abertridware, home to tattoo virgin Inez. This 66-year-old mother of two has Welsh pride running through her veins.
Right, love, what's happening? You right,
Yes, I do.
Right, you ready?
Yeah,
Come on in, let's rock and roll.
Today I am feeling nervous about my tattoo. I just can't wait to get on that chair and get this tattoo started now. This is something I want to do for my husband, something he would have been so proud of.
Tattoo artist Rhys is the man tasked with giving Inez a lasting memorial for her husband Philip, who died just 2 years ago.
Hey, look at that, Rhys. Well done.
We know a little bit of what we're doing in the valleys, don't we? So it's not much, like, but you know. You ready for this?
I am ready. Come on, I've waited long enough now. Let's get it over with.
All I need you to do for me is keep perfectly still. Right, here we go, first line, okay?
Right, come on in.
For 6 decades, Inez has been tattoo-free, but now she's set to join the 20 million Brits who are inked.
The tattoo I'm going to have is going to be on my arm. It's going to be a rugby theme with, hopefully, the Rhys the tattooist is going to do the goalpost, the rugby ball coming over the net, over the goalpost with the sun beaming down with Philip, my husband's name, who's passed away, in this rugby ball, and the date of birth or anniversary underneath whatever I decide to have.
Inez is sure it's what Philip would have wanted.
If he was here, I think he'd be really proud.
Royal Tunbridge Wells has a reputation as the centre of conservative Middle England. It's also the home of 69-year-old Royston, who is no stranger to the tattoo gun and doesn't exactly conform to the norm. Royston's latest tattoo is going on his head, one of the most painful areas to get inked. But radical Royston's not too worried. No pain, no gain.
A little bit nervous, I think. Before you do anything, there's always apprehension. And, well, it's going to be something that's going to be on my bum for the rest of my life, you know. You know, for the next 2 years or 20.
Royston's tattoo artist, Victoria, seems more apprehensive than he is.
I was thinking about this like all night. The worry is about the skin, that it is very thin and it's super sensitive, so I need to be super careful. Oh, you can take a seat maybe if you want.
Yeah.
Royston should be used to the pain, having got his first tattoo aged just 14. He dipped in and out of ink over the following 55 years. From the insignia of his army unit to a cobra done in India, Royston's tattoos certainly reflect the colourful life he's led.
Now, that cobra was done by a guy called Didi, and he did that in a Kalmuk hood in India. The pain was so intense that Didi said, look, man, I can't carry on like this. So he took out the chillum, packed it with some ganja, and he said, you have a tote on that, man. So, boom, I was gone in oblivion. In fact, I'm going there now. It's just remembering it.
Tattoo designs are as diverse as the people who have them, but one that will always stand the test of time is having the name of someone special inked.
The first tattoo I ever had was done on my right arm, which is covered up now, and it was a girl's name I was in love with at the time, and at that age, it's forever. I was 14 years old and I was in love with somebody I was going to marry and live the rest of my life with her. You know, I was 14. What I wasn't thinking about a tattoo, I was thinking of having her name on me, and well, it was a tattoo.
But getting the name of the love of your life made a permanent feature on your body can sometimes make you feel more of a fool than cool.
I was living in Bristol at the time, and I was on the road, and I think I went to Torquay, and when I came back, my mate Jock was in bed with her. So that probably lasted the summer season. Everybody gets a chance in life. And, you know, I screwed some up. Marriages, things like that. But I am what I am today.
Royston has never regretted any of his ink, but there is something in his past that haunts him.
Alcohol. Regrets, I've had a few. I lost wives because of alcohol. I was a pig, I was a brute, I was ignorant, selfish, all the negative things you could ever think in a person, I was because of alcohol. I was permanently drunk, I think, for years. It became God to me. It just takes over.
Royston's addiction to alcohol has left him with a terminal diagnosis.
Every abuse that you do to yourself, there's got to be a regret in it. You're a liar if you say you don't regret it. And do you know what the regret is? The other people. The people you let down. You know, really, that's the regret I have.
In the northwest, tattoo-loving Grand Dot is about to add to her haul. With 72 tats already adorning her 72-year-old body, she's in the process of making it 73, with the logo of her community centre. Before going in with a needle, tattoo artist Dan places a stencil of the design on Dot's lower arm.
Fits lovely there.
With the outline in place, next up for Dot's the needle.
Right then. Ready?
Yep.
Dot's raring to go, but drawing on skin that's not as taut as it used to be is not easy. More give means a lot more work.
You're tattooing an old person, you've got to take into account the amount that the skin will stretch. I mean, you can stick a stencil on a young person's skin, stretch it, and you've not got that much work to do to get a clean line in there. You stretch an old person's skin and you've all of a sudden got 2-3 times more work to do.
The machine punctures the skin about 3,000 painful times per minute. But it's no big deal for old hand Dot. Today she's asked him to add a little bit of Everton Football Club blue to the design. The logo is not Dot's first tattoo tribute. Her husband has also been the source of her inking inspiration.
My husband's name was William Wallace Blackman, but he got Wally. I met him on the 24th of January 1962 at 7:30 in the evening. I got engaged on my 20th birthday. I got married when I was 21, and I would have been married 50 years last year if he hadn't have died.
To keep Wally's memory alive, she turned to the tattoo gun once again.
I got Where's Wally by the top of my arm in memory of him, so that he's with me all the time now. I was daft, but I was funny, and I don't think he would disapprove.
But Wally's not the only man who's taken up residence on Dot's body.
I spotted this in a garden centre when I was out with a friend, and I put it in the garden, and he stood here ever since. As the years went by, he started to get mucky. So I thought, right, I'll paint him. And every year, he gets painted when I do my garden. I'm painting his bum. This is the part I like, painting down here at the back. I do his back first, because I can grab hold of anything here.
In fact, Dot chose to make him a more permanent feature, inked forever on her back.
I haven't got a man in my life, so I thought, right, one on my back, and I thought of the statue. When my tattooist did it, I asked him, would you make his willy bigger? So he did. But then when he did it, you couldn't see his balls. So he made them bigger, and I was made up. It's just for me. I did it for nobody else. And I'm glad I did. Oh, calm down, Dorothy, calm down. I told you I was terrible.
Age 72, Dot's forgetting the garden ornaments and embracing her saucy side. Her newfound self-confidence as a result of her ink has encouraged Dot to look for love.
I've started online dating because I'm looking for a decent man who wants me for me and not just come to the house, have a wham-bam thank you ma'am, and then bugger off. Oh, who's he? Oh, he's a new one. Oh, he's only 52. Oh, God, they're getting younger. I don't say no to the younger man, but if I could get one near my age, it would be an awful lot better. But they're all in their 50s. I'm old enough to be their mother.
While Dot's tattoo count continues to rise, 200 miles south in the Welsh capital Cardiff, 74-year-old Sally is considering dipping her toe into the world of ink.
Hiya, Sally. How's it going? You okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Good stuff. Right, I've got some ideas for you.
Oh, lovely.
Rather than just the one, we've got a couple, so you can
smashing.
have a bit of choice.
Yes, I like the choice.
There's a simple reason why Sally is so nervous. She hates tattoos.
I think they're hideous and disfiguring and just horrible.
But not only does her dislike of ink set her apart, Sally is also president of the local Women's Institute, a society not exactly known for their rebellious nature.
I've been in the WI now since 1971. I've been secretary twice, and I've been president, I think it's 9 times now.
So how does a tattoo-hating WI president go from jam and Jerusalem to getting jabbed in the forearm?
What has changed is that I've joined the organ donor register, and I'm not looking on this as a tattoo. I'm looking on this as medical information. I haven't 100% decided on the exact design, but it will be along the lines of a little heart with the simple words, organ donor. And it's got to be small enough that I can pull a sleeve down over it. I shall probably have it about there on the inside of my wrist, possibly. If I wasn't able to speak for myself before I passed away, I could at least lie there with my arm out going.
Sally's tattoo won't be legally binding, but some people have taken it further.
I have seen somebody who's had it in writing. It has to be in writing, signed and witnessed and dated. And he's had all that done on paper, and then he's had it tattooed right down his arm. I'm sorry, I'm not prepared to go that far.
10 miles away, the decision to get inked has been much easier. And after some initial nerves, Inez is dealing well with the pain.
The first 10 minutes was really painful, oh my goodness, but after a while then it started getting easier.
It's plain sailing from here now. You've done the hard part, here comes the easy part.
For Inez, it's worth the pain as she's using her ink to celebrate the love of her life.
First, I didn't like him. Really wasn't my type, but like I say, when he changed his appearance and he started coming out in himself, I thought I really like him. I really like him. We got married on August the 7th, 1971, and we would have been together 46 years this year. And the first meal I cooked him was a tin of oxtail soup. I remember that.
However, just 2 years after retirement, Philip was diagnosed with cancer.
They thought he was hernia to begin with, but then they found a mass on his liver. So they done tests and all that, done more scans. So it was December 19th it was, I remember the day. He never moaned, he never complained. He was so strong, he was a warrior. He was just, to the day, in the end, the nurse said, you gotta let him go. And I just didn't want to let him go, but she said, you gotta let him go. And I just said to him, oh, if you need, you gotta go, babe, I gotta let you go, and I don't want you to go. And he just looked at me, gave me a wink, whispered, I love you, and he went. I'm proud because I was the one who was with him. He picked me, and I'm proud of that.
The tattoo design Inez has chosen couldn't be more fitting as it's built around the Welsh national sport.
Both of us are so passionate about our rugby. We'd go down the club with all our gear and our rugby scarves and our tops and everything. Oh, it's just wonderful, wonderful atmosphere. It's just so proud to be Welsh. Those boys to play like they do. Even if they lose, you know, we still love them. Bonus if they won mine, but especially against England, sorry, but.
It's an intricate tattoo with rugby posts and a heavenly sky. And after 4 hours, Rhys can finally put the design into touch.
And we're done.
Yes, fantastic.
Inez is thrilled with the result.
You happy with it though,
I'm more than happy, Rhys. That's lovely. Absolutely lovely. I'm so proud I've done it because I done it for my lovely late husband. He'd be so proud of me, and it is a very emotional tattoo.
Coming up, Sally has second thoughts.
I don't want to chicken out at the last moment and cause a lot of hoo-ha.
And will Royston be able to press through the pain? More and more OAPs are turning onto tattoos, from plants to portraits and serpents to skulls. No matter what the design, these seniors are soaking up the ink. 72-year-old Gran and ink fan Dot's latest work is a lasting reminder of a place she holds dear, the community centre where she volunteers. Tattoo artist Dan is adding the finishing touches to her redesigned wrist.
Right, wow, that's that. Do you want to go and have a look at that?
That's fabulous. BCC, oh wow. It's perfect. Sorry, it's fabulous. I'm sorry about this. But it's fabulous. It really is. Oh, God. I knew I'd get like this. I didn't want to get like this, but... Oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Careful with it.
All right.
Thrilled with tattoo number 73, a freshly inked Dot heads to the community centre.
Oh my God. Oh my God, it's better than what I thought. Oh, love it.
The centre is more than just a job for Dot. It's given her the confidence to express who she really is. And that's that she's an ink lover and proud.
That has totally blown me away, to be honest with you. For Dottie getting that means more than anything at the minute. I absolutely love it. I'm so proud of you for getting that, though, now.
Oh, it's fabulous.
In Kent, Royston's going for his biggest tat yet, and it's not going to be to everyone's taste. So he wants to check in with his friends to find out what they think.
I think it's because there's a stigma from years ago, isn't there? And it was so people were like, you know, from a certain group of people that had tattoos. But it's not the same now. Everyone's got tattoos.
Yeah, all the young kids are well into it. The next tattoo, I'm just having the skull, which is kind of like a follow-up I've had on my shoulder, neck, up through the face, and then the final skull here with the explosion, in a way like the big bang. There we go. That's just in biro. You know, obviously she's just done the... well, I think that looks cool.
I think it does look cool.
And it's going to be done like this, using colour as well. So you've got like blue, like an ice blue coming out the top, like it's an explosion.
I see.
Like the beginning of man and the end.
Yeah.
I've always liked the skull. It represents strength. Artistically, it's a beautiful object, I think. A natural sculpture. Everything built around it.
Will you ever see your actual skull? No, because you'll be dead when it's exposed.
Yeah, but you can see mine now.
Young at heart Royston is using his tattoo to celebrate life as well as defy those who might not appreciate his ink.
You know, you can say, oh, you're an exhibitionist, OK, whatever. I don't want a bloody flower or something like that. I don't care about other people's reaction.
Royston's past has slowly caught up with him, and after being diagnosed with a terminal illness, he's decided to use his tattoos to show death what he really thinks.
I haven't had a drink since 2001. I've got a pancreas problem. Well, yeah, that's self-induced, isn't it? Main reason I got chronic pancreatitis is through alcohol. So it's kind of like a growth inside the pancreas that affects the function of the pancreas, like the digestive system. That's Transect. I put that on twice a week. It's morphine, but it's localised. This is Anatol, that's for my heart condition, and also some Vastatin, Perindoprol. That's for my heart. Thins the blood, basically. Well, I couldn't do without nitroglycerin. For my age, I think I'm very lucky. For what I've put my body through. You can't say nowadays if a guy is 50, he's had it. You don't have to walk around in those kind of wee-stained corduroy trousers. You know, we're living longer. We've still got feelings. We still want to express ourselves. Well, I do.
Royston decided one final trip to the tattoo parlour was in order, and the design for his skull was conceived.
Yeah, this is the last one. It's the final end of an explanation to myself about life and death as far as I conceive it. I respect life and I respect death. That's it, really.
As Victoria prepares his skull, Royston's final tattoo is almost underway. Whilst Royston's mind's fully made up, WI President Sally isn't quite as sure. She's meeting tattoo artist Matt for another consultation.
That's the one that the WI has designed. I quite like it, but I don't like the words written round the edge.
Okay.
So I just like the two words, organ donor, inside the heart, if you think you can do that.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, probably about there.
Right, so we go for the wrist. Yeah, you don't want to go too far down because of your veins there and because of the crease.
I wasn't thinking crease, I was thinking up under my sleeve.
The Women's Institute created a logo campaigning for organ donors. However, Sally's going further than most in showing her dedication to the cause.
One more step.
One more step.
One more step. You can do it.
I'm still not 100%.
Yeah.
I'm about 98 and falling rapidly. Hello, how are you?
Sally needs to decide, so has enlisted the help of friend Alison to try to get to the point of why millions of us go under the needle each year.
You see my one?
Oh, that's pretty.
See, it's pretty.
Yes, little angel
What's wrong with that? That's not ugly. I'm disfiguring. What's it say?
Cherish, is it? Cherish the certainty of now.
Cherish the certainty of now. It's a line from my favourite song.
Oh, that's nice. Why did you have a tattoo? What were your reasons?
I think because I was always so against them. And then I met somebody that's got lots and liked his and just thought, you know what, yeah, I'm going to get one as well. So I wanted to get one to be like a rebel. So you know, like when you were like in your 20s, say?
Yes.
If somebody had a tattoo then, would they have been like, oh my God, a right thug?
Yes, that's probably it. I'm a product of my background and my upbringing, and I think that my main thing against tattoos is I don't like the look of them. I think the ones I really hate are the whole sleeves, where you've got faces and roses and dragons and barbed wire and trailing vines and a whole sleeve from the wrist right up to the shoulder is just too much. Well, you know what I think about tattoos? I hate them. They're hideous and disfiguring, and I loathe them. And now I'm seriously considering having one, and I'm very confused.
Sensible Sally's just not sure if she'll have the heart to go through with her organ donor ink. So lets husband Peter weigh in on the decision.
From my point of view, I'd be quite happy if you don't have it. But I don't want to stand in your way, and I'll be, happy if you do go ahead.
I don't want to chicken out at the last moment and cause a lot of hoo-ha. I've been up and I've been down and I've been confused, and I think the final decision will be made when I get to the consultation with the tattoo artist, or possibly even when he first gets the needles out and starts work.
While Sally's still undecided, Inez is delighted with the everlasting memorial she's given her husband. With her new tat done and dusted, she can continue an unusual tradition to remember Philip. Having kept hold of his ashes, Inez makes sure he gets a prime viewing position whenever the rugby's on.
Right, baby, here we go. Rugby time. Come on, check. That's a good match today, England versus Wales, babe. Let's get ready for it. It means ever such a lot because, as far as I'm concerned, well, he is with me. He is with me, and I need him to be watching the rugby, because if I don't have him by the side of me, it feels like I'm just all alone on my own. And when I'm really got a down day, I just grab my hand and hold that and think then that I imagine I'm holding him in my arms. And I'm so proud that I've done it then.
Coming up, Royston goes full steam ahead.
Okay, are you ready?
And Sally gets to the point of no return with her needle decision.
What am I doing this for?
For even the most die-hard tattoo lovers, there are places on the body where the inking needle will never go. However, from bum to balls, you really can be inked anywhere, and the 69-year-old tattoo lover Royston has decided to go for broke with a tattoo on his bonce.
No matter what age I am, I have a right to do what I want to my body.
Victoria is an experienced tattoo artist and has spent hours designing the tattoo to fit perfectly on his skull.
So if you can see, can you?
Oh yeah, man, perfect.
Once the stencil is exactly positioned, in comes the needle for the first scratch.
Okay, are you ready? Yeah?
Tattoos on the scalp are more painful than most. Despite Royston's familiarity with the feeling, it's beginning to get to him.
As you get older, your body certainly lets you know that you've reached that stage where your pain barrier is not as strong as you thought it was.
So how it feels? Good?
Pain comes and goes. And after a while, you think it wasn't painful at all because you've forgotten.
Yes.
It's a painful process, but for Royston, it's heading in the right direction. In Wales, decision day has arrived for Sally.
We ready to go, Sally?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
After weeks of doubt, she's finally decided to go ahead with her very first tattoo. And she seems to be coping well with the pain of needles puncturing her skin nearly 3,000 times a minute.
Mildly unpleasant, but it's bearable.
What's cool as well now is the fact you've lost your tattoo virginity as well, though.
Oh dear God, what a way of putting it.
I know.
Yes, this is going to be a one-night stand, you realise? It's not going to become a career choice.
No.
No.
Matt adds the final colour to the design, and Sally's tattoo is complete.
Oh, that's looking a lot better.
We don't think all by that.
Ooh, look at me, look at me, look what I got. That's exactly what I wanted. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yes, it's lovely and clear. It says what I think.
After an hour in the chair, a satisfied Sally has become the latest tattooed granny, and it's everything she wanted.
This is not me getting a tattoo. This is me getting some information about my wishes put where it can't get removed.
Sally's design is complete, and back in Kent, Victoria's adding the finishing touches to Royston's tattoo. After 4 hours, Royston's skull is complete.
So how it was?
It was bloody painful. As I get older, I get tireder, and I think my body gets tireder quicker.
Yeah, of course.
So the pain is more than if I was younger.
Would you like to check in the mirror?
Yes, I think that would be great.
All cleaned up, Royston examines his new skull for the first time.
Wow, that blue is beautiful. And do you know what I like about it? You've got all the others, but it really does finalise, it stands out. Looking at it as a piece of work, I think it's absolutely brilliant, and I'm really pleased with it.
Having had his final tattoo in one of the most painful places possible, he's moving on with his life in true Royston style.
I carry on doing what I've always done, and this is part of it, really, I suppose.
With all the worries of the tattoo behind her, it's time for Sally to face an even bigger fear. The wrath of the WI.
Hello everyone, welcome to our meeting. We're going to do the business first and then we'll have a break for tea. Now, what I've been doing for the last few weeks is plucking up my courage to have a tattoo. And finally, I've done it. It's a little red heart and it says organ donor. So I don't know what you think about your president having a tattoo. If you're horrified, please speak now. If you really, really hate the idea, you can jolly well get another president.
There's been some shocked faces and a few murmurs, but Sally's ink doesn't seem to have kicked up too much of a stink with the WI.
I admire her for it, especially at our age, you know. I think you've got a young body, but hers is so neat, and to make a statement, I think that's great.
I think it went reasonably well. Nobody screamed, nobody fainted. In general, they took it quite well. But of course, they won't say anything directly to me. They'll say it to each other, and it'll get back to me. But, I'm happy. I've got a biscuit, so I'm fine. Right, well, I think that's all the any other business, actually.
5 different senior citizens with 5 different tattoos for 5 very different reasons. They've all shown that when it comes to getting tattoos, they really are an inking inspiration.